Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. I'm going to try to make this kind of quick. I don't really like making these like 20-minute long videos about this market stuff. So I'm going to try to be quick here. We're going to breeze through some auctions that I saw, and obviously lots and lots of other stuff happened. This is just stuff I was watching. If I was really trying to capture what happened during the week, I'd have to make this like every couple days. There's also obviously a lot of stuff happening offline and not in the public eye, so keep that in mind. First, we've got a Trihorn Dragon here, first edition LOB. This is a wavy print card. You can tell by the ripples on the card there. It's a really nice condition card. It's very nice. You can see some very faint surface scratching. Something that would concern me was the top here. It looks like that's some damage, or it might just be on the case. The way the guy's holding it, it's hard to tell. Very, very clean looking card. Centering is good. I mean, this might have a shot at a PSA 10. But it's more likely a PSA 9 just because PSA has been very tough on grading, especially lately. So $314 is not a bad price for one of these cards that has potential at PSA 10. I kind of wish the guy had better pictures. I don't know why he's decided to take such horrible pictures, maybe to hide some damage to it or something like that. But not a bad price in all honesty. $314. Maybe you can send this to BGS. Maybe you can scrape by with a 9.5 because of those surface scratches there. Hoping that this corner here is not damaged and it's just kind of the way the light reflects, but I don't know. A little bit of chipping on the bottom there, but it's not too bad. Very, very clean, very nice looking card. Next we've got a Harpy's Pet Dragon from Retro Pack 2. Retro Pack 2 is one of those sets that are obviously really, really hard to find. The explosion in price has already happened. You're not going to really see Blue Eye Shining Dragon really blowing up in price. I mean, it's already like a $300-$400 card. How much more crazy can it get, really? This one is, it's all right. It's got some weird, like, dirt on the back that might be able to come off via cleaning. But, honestly, it's my favorite print of Harpy's Pet Dragon. I know I've said I like prismatic secret rares, but I mean this one just looks really, really nice. I don't know why I like it a lot. I didn't feel like paying $212 for a copy this kind of dirty. I don't know. I really hate cards that have that dirt on it, so I kind of stayed away from it. If it didn't, and if it was in a little bit better condition, I probably would have considered buying this. But Retro Pack 2 cards, the secret rares especially, are cards you do not see come on the market often at all. So the guy had it listed, I believe, at $200, so it didn't really go up much from there. That was already pretty high starting price. Next we've got Gaia the Fierce Knight, $237. Man, I remember when these cards were selling for like $60 to $80. This is a glossy print, another very beautiful looking card. It is not a PSA 10 candidate. Probably a PSA, probably it could get a PSA 9, maybe an 8, but it looks very nice. Not really much to say. I mean, it's Gaia, classic card. Yeah, check that out. Dark Magician, another really classic card, $322. That seems about right. I mean, this card is really clean. It's nice. I mean, it's a nice looking binder card. Whoever bought it probably just going in the collection. Probably not going to get it graded. Really not worth getting graded. I mean, it's got whitening. It's got scratches. It just looks nice in a binder. Really classic card. I think I've only got one of these. So, yeah, nice card. Not really much to say. $322. I think that's a pretty decent price. This appears to be PSA 7, maybe 6 quality card. I think $300 is about right. Next we've got Necroface from Gladiator's Assault. This is a secret rare first edition. Everybody knows how difficult these Gladiators Assault cards are to find, and it's just not printed much, and there's so many secrets in the set. Usually you just get one of the garbage secrets. Kind of weird. 2 of the secrets are worth, above $400, and then like 4 more of the secrets are worth like $5 each. Necroface is one of those cards that's worth a lot. I'm surprised this didn't pop 500. $450 seems a little bit low to me, to be honest. I'm not saying that $450 is a good price for this card. I would not pay that much for this card, but from what I have seen sell in the past, $450 honestly seems kind of low. And this is a very, very nice looking card. Very nice. I'll probably never own one unless I come across one in a collection, because this is not a card I would be willing to spend that kind of money for. Next, along with Gladiators Assault stuff, we've got Magic Formula, another card I would not pay the money for. The most expensive card that comes out of Gladiators Assault. It is very clearly the Magic Formula, just how rare it is and how hard it is to find. A card where I don't understand why people would pay so much money for it. I mean, look at this card. This card's not really in great shape. It's on the lower end of light play. I just really don't understand why someone would pay $700. So to me, that's a terrible price. I would not pay that kind of money for this, but I'm not in the market to collect a Magic Formula. So, maybe to someone who collects this card, it's worth it to them, but to me, it is not. Next, we have Elemental Hero Shining Phoenix Enforcer, Ultimate Rare. Here, Sassy says that it's mint to near mint. It's got some whitening on the top there. And if you look at the last, maybe it's not this one. The back looks very nice. It doesn't really have that Ultimate Rare indentation. I cannot believe that Elemental Hero Ultimate Rare cards in this condition are selling for this much. This is a $200 card. Why did it go to $340? I don't know. Are people not inspecting the cards as closely as they should be? I mean, this is not phenomenal. This is not a phenomenal condition card. Look at the whitening. You can clearly see the whitening. The centering's not good. If someone's hoping that this is a PSA 10, they're going to be disappointed. This is not a PSA 10 quality card. Not at all. No. I mean, look at that. The back centering is bad. It's got a lot of scratches. I don't know why someone would pay $340 for this. That's wild. Speaking of paying too much, look at this. Power Tool Dragon. Ghost Rare, first edition. This card usually sells for $200. So why did this sell for over 2.5 times that? Well, it looks very clean. The front is beautiful. It honestly looks like the hollow does not have surface scratches, which is the hardest thing on these Ghost Rares, are the surface scratches. Looks like this is a very clean front copy card. The back is not so great. It's got print lines all over the back and a lot of scratching. That's a significant scratching on the back there. I don't know why that's there. It looks like it's either factory or someone had like some dirt in the sleeve and it's scratched up the back. The back centering also is not too great either. Whoever bought this clearly is hoping to get this graded. Did they not look at the back? Did they just look at the couple pictures of the front and say, yeah, it looks good, the back must be okay? Because the back is not okay. This is not a PSA 10. Whoever bought this is going to be disappointed. You overpaid, sir. Or madam. Next we have a DDS card, DDS Dark Magician. This apparently looks to be freshly pulled. He's got a picture here with all the cards. Maybe he just opened it up, even though the box looks very old. What does he actually say? Handled with gloves, come in hard, open display or screw down if requested. Being brand new, may not many pictures need taken. That's just a bunch of bullshit. I don't need to take pictures of the card because it's brand new. Okay, send me pictures of the card. The guy clearly doesn't know how, particular collectors are, or, someone might might be willing to spend a lot more money if the card looks to be in PSA 10 quality. But judging on the centering, it does not appear to be PSA 10 quality. The pictures here are so bad, I can't tell you if I see any flaws. I mean, even if there aren't flaws, the front centering is also off. This is probably not a PSA 10, unfortunately. $530 for this, even in the condition that it's in, is probably pretty accurate. This card just been crazy spiked in price over the last couple years. That's probably about right. I don't see those white dots at the top that usually, I mean, that's a good sign. A lot of these DDS cards have that problem with the white spots on the back. The hollow foil bleeds through. That is unfortunate when that happens. All right. Next, we have something wild. DDS Blue Eyes. $2,400. That is among one of the highest selling raw cards, I mean, ever. I mean, there's not really many cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Raw that will sell for this much. And I should mention that this item has been relisted. Why? Because the seller didn't pay for it. He says it in his new listing. He's relisting it because the seller didn't pay for it. Well, yeah, nobody's going to pay $2,400 for this. If you look at the bid history, it pretty much is two guys basically after $1,400. I think $1,500 for this card, that sounds about right. But now it just goes from someone with 0 feedback and someone with 38 just fighting it all the way up. This could have been, you know, the seller having a second account pushing the price up. People do that sometimes. It's against terms of service, but people do it anyways. Talk about the card. I mean, it looks very, very good. I feel like I see some whitening on the edge there. I'm not really sure. Again, this card has centering issues just like the Dark Magician, which is unfortunate. I do not see the white specks on the back. This is probably a really nice looking card. This might even be a 9.5 at BGS. I mean, I'm not really sure. Hard to tell. But it's a very nice card. Very, very, very clean card. I'm just concerned about the edges. It looks like they have some kind of whitening. That's not at fault of the seller. It's just the way that it was cut. Okay, I need to hurry this up a little bit. Dark Arm Dragon, $235. I bought this a couple weeks ago for $200, so this is pretty high. Have it increased $40 over the course of a week or so. I mean, it's in very nice condition, but $240 is a lot of money. Next, Max C. I just noticed when I was looking at this card earlier, this is actually a German print. I don't know if the person who bid on this realizes that. If the seller didn't really differentiate that. They just said it's a Max C. They said it's EN. It is in fact a DE, unless this is not an accurate picture. What's even $242 for this card, I think is high. I don't know why people are paying so much for this card. I guess they're using it in decks, I would assume. Yeah, I mean, this card has damage to the corners. It's got the ultimate rare imprint. $242 for this card is very high in my opinion. PSA 10 Blue Eyes White Dragon from starter deck Kaiba, $2,800. A little while ago, these things were just selling over above 1,000. So now they're selling for almost triple that. That's pretty wild to me. People finally realize how cool this card is. In my opinion, it's the best version of Blue Eyes. I don't know why. I just prefer this one. If I'm going to own a PSA 10 Blue Eyes, I want it to be the starter deck Kaiba one. Same thing with Dark Magician. If I own a PSA 10 Dark Magician, I want it to be the starter deck Yugi Dark Magician. Just a personal preference. $2,800, already pushing $3,000. You know, that's wild. We're getting up to DDS prices with this card here. Lastly, we have this LOB Blue Eyes. It's pretty wild. I was talking to Pale Rider in the comments of one of my videos. We kind of both expected this would go up to pretty high numbers, and it actually didn't. It only went up to 202 with shipping. You're looking at 211 with tax, probably like 225. So that's kind of low. I mean, I guess I thought it was, but apparently not. It does have creasing. It has severe whitening. I mean, this card is heavily, heavily played. The only person who would buy a card like this is someone who is a budget classic collector doesn't want to spend $1,000 to get one in light play condition. They instead pay $200 and get one that's pretty banged up. So hopefully whoever owns this enjoys the card. You know, it's heavily played, but it's still a first edition Blue Eyes. You can't take that away from it. So anyways, guys, that's all I had for this week's market, vintage market cards. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.